What's good, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Cedes. For today's video, I wanted to come on here and do more of an advice type video, which is a little bit different for me, but I wanted to be able to kick off 2019 the right way. So I'm going to be talking about how to boss up your life in 2019. I feel like 2018 was the year of the turnaround for me. I really just kind of changed the way that I was handling things and things that I was allowing to steal my joy and take all my energy, and that kind of turned into the best year I could really ask for. So I just wanted to come on here today and kind of talk about what I implemented into my life to really just kind of boss up and get the ball rolling for what I want to accomplish in the future. So hopefully 2019 will be good to all of us, and hopefully you can take at least one of these tips and roll with it. But if you're not already subscribed, please hit that button down below. I would really appreciate it. And other than that, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. So my first tip is to become self-aware. I don't want to be cliche and say, oh, you need to soul search, but I think it's important to kind of be brutally honest with yourself and figure out, what did you do in 2018? What mistakes did you make? What things do you feel like you want to improve upon, so that you can kind of sit down with yourself, get realistic, and figure out, what do I want to change, improve, and achieve. You really can't start working towards your goals until you know exactly what hindered you from accomplishing them, or things that you can change about yourself and kind of make better in order to accomplish them over the course of this new year. And it's also important to identify ways to do that. Like, once you know what you're doing, once you recognize what it is that needs to happen, set out a plan that you can put into action to get these things done. Identification is key, y'all. My next tip is to work on your confidence. I really believe that the key to accomplishing a lot of things is having confidence in yourself that you can achieve it. Oftentimes we're hindered by a lack of self-confidence and thinking, oh, I can't do this, I'm not capable of doing this, I'm not good enough to be doing this. And oftentimes, if you catch yourself sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, what if it doesn't work out, really try to sit there and turn that mindset around and think, what if it does? Because chances are you're not going to know what can or can't happen if you don't even try. Building my self-confidence is how I ended up getting my editorial fellowship last summer, how I got a fall internship, how I started this YouTube channel. Really, just believing in yourself can open a lot of doors for your future. So I think it's important, just little by little, every day over the course of the next year, really just work on growing your self-confidence, because knowing your self-worth and really believing in yourself is so important, and it will really help you in the long run in all aspects. My next tip is to be clear about your goals and intentional with your actions. Y'all, every action has a reaction. You need to be very, very clear about your goals so that you can align your actions with these things. If you're not familiar with the law of attraction, definitely research it, look into it. I know for a lot of people it's kind of like some mumbo jumbo, but it's more of a way, like in my eyes, yes, you're putting out into the universe what you want and it will come to you. Like a lot of things I wrote down in 2017 for my resolutions, those came into fruition this past year. So it's really about putting out into the world what you want, being aware that this is what you want, and then aligning your actions with these goals. You can kind of do this by making a dream/vision board. This might not be everybody's cup of tea. You can also write down your goals on like a sheet of paper or in your phone. Just kind of have them somewhere where you can revisit them pretty often, so that you can know, what is it that I'm working towards, and this will kind of keep you motivated in the long run, so that while you're bossing up over the new year, you don't lose sight of what your end goal is. Now my next tip, and this is a really important one, and I had to work really, really hard on this last year, it's stop playing the comparison game. When you compare yourself to others, you're really just giving up all the joy you have in your body. Like, I'm not even playing with you. Comparing yourself is addicting. Like, it really is addicting, and once you start, it's really hard to stop, and all it really does is knock your self-confidence. You're gonna feel like poop all the time. I can't cuss on my channel, so we're family friendly out here, but you're really not gonna feel good about yourself, and it's really gonna kind of make you feel like you aren't enough to do certain things. But for real, like, sit there and think about all the times you compared yourself to the next person, somebody's ex, somebody who's in the position that you wish you were in, somebody who started a business along the lines that you wanted to do. There is enough room for everyone to succeed out here. Like, I promise you, there is enough room. You just have to work hard enough and realize that what somebody else is doing is not your path. You have your own path. You're doing your own thing. Worry about you. Do not be worrying about the next, because that's not for you. What's for you will be yours, and I can promise you that. You just have to put the work in and focus on what it is that you're trying to do. All y'all will shine when it's time for you to shine, okay? Thank you. Next. Okay, so my 5th tip is to assess your inner circle. Let me tell you, not everybody is meant to be in your life forever. Let's just start there. Some people are meant to be in your life for a season. They serve a certain reason, and once you figure that out, you can, decide, are they meant to stay in my life? Do we have a genuine friendship or relationship going on? Is this making me a better person? Is this making my life harder? Kind of move from there. This is something I learned the hard way last year, and I made some mistakes along the way in deciding who does and does not need to be in my life. I know if you're anything like me, you probably don't want to hurt people's feelings, but it's just got to be like that sometimes. Like, if somebody is just not it and they do not need to be in your life anymore, they gotta go, and that's just how it's gotta be. If someone is disturbing your peace, remove yourself from the situation. Put yourself in a little bubble. Tell yourself, they're disturbing my peace, but I'm not dealing with it today. Like, I think it's really important to surround yourself with like-minded people who are supporting you, people who are gonna uplift you and make you a better person, not people who throw shady comments at you, not people who always are trying to be in competition with you. Like, we don't need all that. We don't need that. Cut that out in 2019. Like, okay? My next tip is to make money moves. I'm a firm believer in the fact that money does not buy you happiness. I know some people would like to believe otherwise. However, I do think that money solves a lot of problems, and I think it's important to have your finances in order. Now, I don't want you to be miserable trying to make money, and life really doesn't always work out this way. Sometimes you do have to do things that you hate doing in order to support yourself. But if you're in a position where you can kind of choose what you're doing to streamline your source of income, I recommend starting a side hustle, getting a part-time job, or getting a full-time job in an area that you can tolerate or an area that can make you happy. I had like 2.5 jobs this past summer, which may not be a lot to some people, but for me, it was interesting. So, I mean, I really enjoy making money for myself, and at some point in time, you really want to be able to support yourself, so why not start young and start now? I think it's important to stack your money so you can pay for your necessities, pay for the things that keep you alive. It's expensive to be alive, y'all. Like, get your money right for that. Have some spending money on the side, but also save your money for things that you want, whether that be traveling, saving up for a new car, a new living space, saving up for equipment for something like a new camera, things like that, because you really don't want to have to just always only have enough where you can take care of the necessities. You want to be able to put away, even if it's a really small amount off of every paycheck, put it away. It will grow, and at some point in time, you will be able to look back and be like, wow, I did that, and now you can pay for what it is that you've been saving up for. Like, money is important. You just need to be smart about it, and I know that's not really easy. I watch a lot of financial videos, and I'm still learning a lot of things. So get your finances in order. Boss chick life. Get your coins up. All right, my second to last tip is to invest in yourself. It's really easy to get caught up in exerting energy into other people and other relations and things that really don't matter to you, and now you have nothing left for yourself. So whatever you were doing in 2018 and it wasn't about you, I highly encourage you to put yourself first. I feel like once you start to pour into yourself and really just kind of work on you, that's when you're able to work on others, to put energy towards the friendships and the relationships that matter, that are going to benefit you in a mutual way, so that you're not getting the life sucked out of you, and that you're also not sucking the life out of somebody else for your own personal gains. You know what I mean? Take care of yourself before you take care of anybody else, okay? Okay. All right, so my last tip is to move in silence. Now, I'm not trying to say that you can't share your hopes and your dreams with people who are close to you and people who really care about you, but you don't need to broadcast these things with the whole entire world. Let me tell you, not everybody wants to see you succeed. There are people who will really be out here preying on your downfall. You don't need to fall into that trap. You don't need to tell everybody what it is that you want to do. Once you have people around you who really want to see you succeed, who really truly care about you and hold you accountable, and you start holding yourself accountable, and you really start grinding and working hard trying to achieve your goals, your accomplishments are going to speak for themselves. So please do not share everything you want to do with everybody, because there are some people who may steal your ideas, who may feed you negative thoughts and lies, and you really just don't need that energy. And I'm not here to say that everybody's against you and that nobody wants to see you succeed. That's not what I'm saying. But you just can't trust everybody with personal information about yourself. And honestly, when you move in silence, you really don't have the pressures of other people who may want to see you succeed, but they're constantly asking you about it. When are you going to do this? When are you going to do this? And now you feel so much pressure on yourself that you really don't even want to do it anymore, because you're like, wow, this is so stressful. So when you just kind of keep it to yourself and you work towards it in silence and it comes into fruition, you're gonna feel that much better about it, because people are gonna be like, wow, like she was really out here grinding this whole year. But that pretty much sums up all my tips for how to boss up in the new year. I really hope this helped you. Hopefully these weren't too generic of tips, but I'm just telling y'all kind of what I did last year that really allowed me to have all the opportunities and the blessings that came my way. But it's also important to recognize that not every day is going to be a good day. I saw a lot of people tweeting on the first of the year like, oh my god, my year already started off bad. It's a bad day, it's not a bad life, and it's not a bad year. I know really awful things can happen and things don't always go our way, but you really have to learn how to fail forward, how to overcome adversity. It's not always the easiest, and it's not always going to be the most enjoyable of times, but everything happens to make you a stronger and a better person. So I hope you can carry all this with you throughout the new year. I'm very excited to start getting consistent with this channel and putting out some really bomb content for y'all. So like I said at the beginning of the video, if you're not already subscribed, hit that button down below, click the notification bell if you really want to know when my face is up here again. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, and that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all on my next video. Bye everyone.